Hey, what's going on, y'all? And welcome back for another full-length video. Again, it's been a while, but there's not a lot going on. This video is going to focus on breeding projects. Some of you know that I have a couple of breeding projects going right now. Some updates, no success yet. This gal right here, my Aphanopelma moderatum, I paired her back in May to a male that I had, and I got up about 3 weeks ago and I saw her down in her little skull there, and she was doing a lot of webbing. And I thought, please be making an egg sac. I looked in 15 minutes later and she was on her freaking back. Y'all, she scared the shit out of me because she was on her back for an entire day before she started molting. I thought that she was going to have a bad molt, and there was no way I was going to be able to get to her inside the skull. So I was just going to have to take what precautionary measures I could. But then all of a sudden, she popped that carapace. Within minutes, she had her new outfit. And there went my chances at an egg sac on this girl. This time, good news is that male's still alive. And I have a very fat penultimate, hopefully penultimate male right behind that waiting. So we've got plenty of opportunities with this girl to make some babies. I really hope that we can make babies with her because they're an absolutely stunning species and pretty docile for the most part. I did a little bit of tickling with a straw to get her to come out of the skull earlier, and she showed me the first attitude I think I've ever seen out of her, and it was one little meek little slap strike. She's never kicked hairs or anything like that, so I would really love to produce more of these. That's the update on her. Let's get an update on the other project. All right, and so some of you will remember that I had a breeding project going on with my one true spider, my net casting or ogre-faced spider, the Asianopus aspectans. Ryan Marshall from Marshall Arachnids sent me a male a couple of months ago. And I talked to him on the phone, and he gave me personal tips and advice on how to pair these guys. So I put him in with her at least 3 times for several hours to a day at a time, and then I would pull him out. I never saw them pair, and according to Ryan, you better be on top of it, and you better not blink because it's very fast. But I did see evidence from when I put him in until the next morning when I got up and they were next to each other that she possibly could have paired with him. I don't know. And then, 2 weeks ago, I just cohabbed him with her, and he spent about a week in there with her. And then one day I looked in the bottom of the enclosure and he was wrapped in the net. Only time I've ever seen anything that she caught in the net that basically she didn't eat, because when they catch something in the net, then they inject their enzymes, they slurp all the goodiness out of that prey, and then they eat the webbing most of the time. And so it was unusual. I guess she got tired of his crap. I don't know. She threw him in a net and left him in the bottom of the enclosure to die. So I don't know if she's paired. So we're just watching and waiting for an egg sac out of her. Nothing yet on that. That's the second breeding project update. Now for the new breeding project. All right, so we saved the best for last. Some of you will remember that I received a mail from a fellow keeper a couple of months back for this beautiful girl right here who needs no introduction. But for some of you who don't know yet, this is Gemma, my female T. Celadonia. This is one of those spiders I've been wanting to produce for years. Unfortunately, that male died unexpectedly about a week after I got him. I mean, I gave him, the best care. He hadn't eaten since he molted last, but the guy that I got him from couldn't definitively give me when his ultimate molt was, so I don't know how old he was when I got him. But he lasted about a week at my house, and I looked in on him. I looked on him one day, and he was fine. I spritzed his enclosure. I looked down on him the next day, and he was in the bottom of the enclosure in a death curl. And I was like, you got to be freaking kidding me. Well, I've got a friend that lives about an hour from me. We have done some buying, selling, and trading over the past few months. And a few months back, he was telling me about the Celadonia that he had, and he didn't know what it was. And he told me how long he'd had it. He sent me pictures of it. Looked just like this right here. And I was like, dude, that's a female. You got a great deal on that because that's a female, right? I told him, if that's not a female, if it turns out male, I'll eat my hat. Well, about a week and a half ago, he messaged me and said, so I came home from work and saw a molt outside of my Celadonia's trapdoor. Looks like you got to eat your hat. So I messaged him back and said, let me break out the hot sauce. He showed me a picture of this handsome fellow, which I will show you in just a second. And I was like, yeah, that was perfect timing because this girl molted probably a month ago. She never came out. I haven't, honestly, this is the first time I have seen her in 6 months or better. She stays hidden in her trapdoor, which you see she built at the bottom of the enclosure. I removed the cork bark for breeding purposes, so there's less hiding spots and less obstructions when we finally put the male in. But for right now, he's in his own enclosure with his own trapdoor. And fingers crossed, we finally get to produce these guys. We've got plenty of time now. This guy is probably a week post-molt. He has not eaten yet. He has not made a sperm web yet. She's newly molted, so hopefully the stars are aligning. I hate taking the camera off of her because this is the prettiest damn bug in the world, but let's show her date and introduce him to you. All right, y'all, so here we go. Let's meet Gemma's future boyfriend. When Thomas gave me this guy the other day, he told me which way the trapdoor opens in case I wanted to check him out, and there he is. I have not seen him come out of the trapdoor since I got him. Like I said, he has not eaten, and he has not made sperm web yet, so what we're going to do is just kind of give him the best care possible and just keep a close eye on him, get him to eat, and once he makes us a sperm web, we will put him with my girl, and fingers crossed, we get a bunch of babies. Guys, that's all I've got for this video. I know I don't produce a whole lot anymore, but there's never anything that changes unless I'm trying to breed something, so I just don't feel the need to put it on video. If you enjoyed this one, let me know with a thumbs up and a comment. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done that. Share this video with your friends. And as always, guys, take care of yourselves and each other. Thank you so much for watching. Have a fantastic day or night. God bless.